Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we talk about how to strategize to win so I can help you expect to win. I'm Carla Harris, so let's get started. Making a mistake. So many people believe that making mistakes in their career are the things that stop them from being able to get to the heights that they aspire to get to. Let me tell you something about mistakes. Making a mistake does not make you special. What makes you special is how and if you get up. So many people allow a mistake to stop them dead in their tracks. But making a mistake doesn't make you special because everybody does it. So the question is, what do you do with that? Well, here's a tip for you. There are very few things in life that happen and are irreparable. Most things can be fixed. So you should not fear making a mistake. You should always remember that whenever you try something, you get something out of it. And if it turns out that it's a mistake, you're going to learn in how you repair and restore that opportunity. Let me tell you about a huge mistake that I made in my career. I was probably 6-ish years into my career. I'd already had my first promotion and was well on my way to the second promotion. But I was pricing a transaction and I didn't understand all the mechanics of distributing the stock of that transaction. And more importantly, I failed to ask someone because, of course, I didn't want anyone to know that I wasn't really sure about this particular term. Now, I'm not going to get you into all the mechanics of pricing an equity transaction in the public markets, but I will tell you that this was an important piece because I failed to allocate the deal properly, and it ended up costing the firm a lot of money in the aftermarket the next day after the stock was already trading. And oh man, was it a huge mistake, because as I said, it was costing the firm real money in that particular era. And there was a senior managing director, when he found out what I had done, he made a huge deal out of it. I can't believe she did this. What was she thinking about? Oh, what a terrible, terrible mistake. This is going to cost the firm a lot of money. Oh my goodness, she had no clue what she was doing. Now, I want you guys to understand that she was sitting right there while he was making a big deal about this on the sales and trading floor. So the first day, I just sat there quietly, hanging my head, hoping that this would go away. The second day, it still had not resolved itself. He was making a big deal about it again. And I was sitting there miserable, just miserable, wishing he and it would go away. But that's when I also realized that if I allowed this to continue around me, this could in fact become a career-limiting mistake. So the third day, when he came in and was making a big deal about it again, that's when I said, "May I speak to you in the conference room?" So I took him in the conference room and said, "I just wanted to talk to you because I believe that you didn't know that I knew that I had made a huge mistake. Clearly, I did not understand how to allocate the deal properly. But I want you to know that I know that that was a huge mistake and it's probably going to cost us. And I want you to know that I now know what I should have done, and that will never happen again. But I also want you to understand that whenever I make a mistake, it is the exception and not the rule. And I know that you have my best interests at heart. So we don't have to talk about this anymore, right?" Now, I have to tell you, while that took a lot of nerve to do, I knew that it was critical and essential that I called it out at that point. Otherwise, it was going to get to a point where I might have trouble repairing it. That was the last time anything was said in my presence, of course, about that particular mistake. But here's what I learned. Number one, if you don't know something, ask someone. There is no shame in that game. No one knows everything about any subject, and certainly in financial services where things are very dynamic, things change all the time. People are always learning. That's one of the beauties of that particular industry and why I have loved it for 3 decades. There's always something to learn. So if there's something you don't know, asking someone is the normal course of business. Ask someone. The second thing that I learned is if you make a mistake, own it. Don't allow anybody else to own your narrative. When you allow someone else to own your narrative, you give away your power very easily. I should have been the one making a big deal right on the sales and trading floor in a very public manner about the mistake. I should have been saying things like, oh, what a huge mistake. Clearly, I didn't understand what a naked short was. Oh, man, do I understand it now? Oh, please let the stock go down. I should have been making a big deal out of it myself. And the third thing I learned is when you see someone who behaves like a bully, call them out. Call them out, because when you say to any bully in any context, I see you, you immediately take away the power. So it's important that when you make a mistake, do what I did. Take the audit. Understand how you got there. What were the clear lessons? So when that thing comes back your way, and it will, you can demonstrate that you have learned the lessons. You have conquered that particular mistake. You, in fact, own that victory. Go get them. Expect to win. If you would like to see more videos and get a few more of my pearls, then like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.